welcome to Cooking with Kids Kitchen Classroom Connect here on SPC TV. My name is Mr. Ellison. I'm going to be your chef for today. We're going to get straight into things because we've got a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it. So, as you know, boys, part of your PE unit this year is to, what you have to do is cook a healthy recipe. Take that along with you to Humpy Bong and the Paddy's Man to feed some of the kids over there. As you know, the kids over there at Humpy Bong go without breakfast most days of the week. And they're kids that, obviously, if you're going without breakfast each day, you're going to really struggle to perform at school and to pay attention, and so you're going to fall behind. It's very difficult for you to then, do some good opportunities with your life and that sort of thing. So, also these Humpy Bong kids, as you've probably heard, when they do eat, they generally eat junk food often, food that's high in fat, low in things like fruit and vegetable, vitamins and minerals and that sort of thing. That can have all sorts of dietary problems for them in the future. And so what you're doing this term is you're going to come up with something that's really nice and healthy, that's going to help them to perform at school. It's also going to help their health, and they're going to really enjoy that. So that's what we're doing today. Now, I'm just going to talk you through my cooking here. As you can see here, I've just peeled up a bit of a sweet potato. These little peels, we can always use those again. We can fry them up and cook them up, make a nice little treat at some stage. So I'm going to put them to the side. Otherwise, all our scraps we want to chuck in a compost bin. We want to be as environmentally friendly as we can be here at SPC TV. Got a piece of pumpkin now. I'm just going to cut the skin off this because we don't want to get that involved in our cooking, so I'm going to put that over to the side. Okay, so we've put that. I'm just going to start chopping these up now. Boys, believe it or not, what we're actually cooking today is a spaghetti bolognese. Now, hands up please if you like spag bol. Just as I thought, pretty much the whole class, everyone loves spag bol. Didn't ask you to say anything, put your hands down please. So believe it or not, we are making some spag bol with these ingredients. Now, what I'm using here is a very simple, ordinary kitchen knife, just show that any kid can cook. You don't have to be an expert. And part of what we want you to learn, we want you to learn many things this term in HB. One of them is to learn how to cook. Alright? Now, by year 9 at school, I would have thought you're old enough to be cooking regularly at home. Just put your hand up please if you cook a regular meal at your house. Okay, thank you. Boys, I would have thought by year 9 you're cooking once a week, a meal for mum and dad at home. Take some of the pressure off them. They work very hard for you, and so if you're able to cook a meal once a week or every, close enough to that, they're going to really appreciate that. Certainly when you leave home, either you're going to have someone cooking for you, or you have to do it for yourself. And so the better you can cook, the better you're going to do. I'm going to do a little bit more pumpkin, that's not quite enough. Excuse me. Main star of the show, please. Keep it on the main star. Alright, you want to get involved, you just have to wait your turn, little boy. Alright, you going to come help me cook? No. I'll leave the camera there, please.
That way.
Otherwise on the star.
Where you got that thing from? I haven't seen that before.
That's called a tripod, buddy.
But where you got it from?
Where did I get it from? I got that from, we bought that a long time ago. We had that before you were even born.
But I haven't seen it before.
No, we don't usually use it. We only use it when we're filming TV shows. Go use a carrot, and you notice I'm not going to peel this carrot. You don't need to peel a carrot, it's a waste of time and waste some valuable stuff there, so I'm just going to chop this up. You see, ideally I'd like to use some homegrown carrots, but they haven't actually grown quite big enough just yet, so shop bought ones are fine. I'm just going to dice these up. I'm actually quite nervous. I don't know if you picked that up. This is my first TV appearance, and cooking for your family is one thing, but cooking for 150 year 9 boys is something completely different. But Right. sweet potato, pumpkin and carrot. Now what I'm going to do, you can cook this however you want, I'm going to steam it in the microwave. Being an environmentally friendly show, we want to save as much energy as we possibly can, and microwave is one of the most efficient ways to cook your food. So I've got just a steam here. You can do it on the pan, on the saucepan if you like. So I'm just going to pop that in the oven. Notice how I put a small bit of water in the bottom there. That helps the steam. It's a special microwave steaming container. You get it from any good department store. I'm going to cook that for around about 5 minutes. I probably have to give that a quick stir and do it again. So while we're doing that, a few other things I'm going to add to my cooking. First one is I'm going to start browning my meat. So I'm going to cut up a onion. I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to do onion. A lot of people complain about getting, crying, cutting up onions, getting acid or whatever it is in their eyes. It's no big deal. Hardens you up as a chef to get some of that stuff happening. What I'm going to do instead, but simply going to grate it, quick and easy, gets it nice and fine. Now, nothing, not going in the eyes, no tears. You're always going to get a bit that's hard to grate at the end. Make sure you don't break your finger. I'm going to start cooking up my meat. Now, what I'm actually going to use today, boys. What's that, sweetheart? Okay, what are you going to find it? Okay. Do you want to help me cook? I need some help. Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, I'll show you how to start cooking the meat.
Coming up, tears in the kitchen.
Why don't you like it? Because why?
Because I don't eat baby food.
No.
And later, we reveal our healthy spag bol.
Oh, g'day. I'm Chef Ryan, Master Chef Mr. Elson. Have you ever heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Guess what? It's true. Apples are one of the greatest gifts of nature. This little sucker here, packed with vitamins and minerals. Now I was sitting here about to have my morning tea, going to go and grab a piece of chocolate cake. I thought, what a stupid thing to do. Packed with fat, cholesterol, artificial flavours, colours, preservatives. What's more, cost me a couple of bucks, whereas this little baby here, less than $1, no fat whatsoever. Tastes delicious. Vitamins and minerals galore. So, what are you going to choose tomorrow morning when you have morning tea? Good. Alright, welcome back to the kids. Okay, so what I'm going to use to cook today is actually a pressure cooker. It sort of doubles as a rice cooker. You certainly don't have to use something like this, but this device here cooks stuff in about half the time, so it saves a lot of energy, makes it a lot more environmentally friendly. So I'm going to chuck in a little bit, not much, just a little bit of olive oil just to help cook these onions up. Jeez. Now olive oil, by far the healthiest type of oil we can use. It's actually quite good for you in small quantities. All oil obviously is a fat. Too much fat can create health problems, but very low in cholesterol and high in some other good nutrients. So I'm going to chuck that onion straight into that pan. It'll heat up slowly. I don't wait for my pan to heat up. It's always good to get kids involved in your cooking if you can. Sort of cooking with kids. And usually they'd be in here helping out. Not today. There we go. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you. Okay. Now what? These veggies have been on for 5 minutes. They're very hot. Going to need to cook them a bit longer. I want them to be really soft. You can see these are stock dish, give them a stir. They seem to cook on the outside more than the inside. Give them a stir. And pop those little babies on for another 5 minutes. Alright, so while that's up, I'm going to start chopping up some other stuff now. Probably a good time to talk about what the idea here is. We're taking a food that everyone loves, that I love, right? And I'm trying to make it healthier than usual, right? Now if you look at the graphic, that's starting to sizzle, so I can get my meat. That's all the meat I'm using. That's going to serve a family. I fill 4 serves. I halve the normal quantity of meat, so I've got 250 grams of meat there as opposed to 500 grams. And what I'm doing in scamper, I'm substituting half of the meat for these veggies. Now, if you were to do this meal, you might only want to take out a little bit of meat and add a little bit of veggies. I'm going to go half and half mix to show you that even with a half and half mix, it's still going to taste really good. Alright, you can add as much as you want. So, I'll just bring the camera over. And the idea here, if you can see that, is I want to try and brown all that mince. So I'm just trying to chop it up really finely so that each little part of it is going to get cooked in there with the what do you call that stuff? Onion.
So we've used the scamper method of improving this meal. Firstly, we substituted some ingredients. So we're using veggies instead of some of the meat. We substituted wholemeal pasta, which is with a lower GI for normal pasta. We've combined for combined ideas from other healthy meals. We're using veggie mash, which we can use in many other types of cooking. For adapter, we've added in some mushrooms, some olives, some broccoli, some celery to make it healthier. Modify, magnify and minify. We've magnified the amount of veggies that would normally go into this meal. We've minified or reduced the amount of salt and oil that goes into it. That's some of those unhealthy components. We've put some stuff to other uses. So we've grated our onion to make it a bit easier and finer. And then we finally chopped our broccoli, all those little flowers off, which I'll show you later on. We've eliminated some unhealthy ingredients, in this case a store-bought pasta sauce. And so all of those things there have combined to make this a much healthier spag bowl than you'd usually have. We want you guys to come up with your own recipe using this method. You could just go and download a recipe from the net or from any cooking book, but we want you to actually learn to start thinking about your own meals that you cook every day and seeing ways that you yourself can add some things and change some things up to make those meals healthier still for yourselves and for your family and all your loved ones. So